So bad. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do our yoga session. Really get you warmed up. I don't think I'm gonna use the weights. Do you have your 8 pounds nearby just in case? Okay, keep those nearby just in case. How are your legs feeling from yesterday? Not okay. Good, good. At the end of the class, we're gonna. I want you to have a bare wall where you're gonna be laying down, putting your legs up. Did they have you do that last week at your retreat? Okay, and then just having that extra towel at the end that I'm gonna have you place on your eyes. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let me make sure you can see. Shoot, I wish I could have you see both of us. Oh, let me see. Okay. Yeah, you're good. You can see full body. Okay. Okay. We're gonna start on the ground for 3 breaths. And because I don't have music, I want you to kind of listen to your breath and use that as like your music, your hymn for this morning. So I want you to let your shoulders relax, and with your fingertips just lightly resting on your knees, let the eyes shut and begin to come into your breath. And perhaps the breath is a little shallow to begin with. Take a few moments here to slow down. Manually breathe in deeper and slower before you in turn exhale deeper and slower. And with maybe 1 or 2 more breaths, repeating that pattern, inhaling, almost as if your belly is a balloon, expanding and then collapsing. And then as we take this final breath in, taking a moment in our mind's eye to focus on maybe one word to help get us through our practice today. Maybe perseverance, patience, kindness, forgiveness. And as we bring our hands down to our side, we open our eyes and we inhale, reaching our arms all the way up to the sky, exhaling back to our heart center 3 times. So as we do this, we're going to start to increase our breath. Exhaling center, and one more inhale, reaching up. And so we're going to start to warm up that breath even more. Inhale, reach the palms out to the side halfway. Exhale, palms facing down. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Good. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhaling. Good. Exhaling. You're good. Inhaling. And so my challenge as we do this today is every time we reach our hands up to the sky, lengthening fully, reaching top and heart center. And we're coming onto all fours. Take a moment, sink back into child's pose. Let the hips sink back. For this first one, let your elbows rest on the ground and acknowledge any tension here. From here, inhaling, coming to all fours. One more time, exhaling, child's pose. Inhaling, all fours. As we start with the belly, drawing the navel in, exhale, tucking the hips under as we come into cat. Lengthening the spine, tucking the chin in. As we exhale, drawing the shoulders back, looking forward. One more time, inhaling. Stephanie, thank you so much for letting her do this practice with you. As I'm watching both of you, I want you for the next 5 breaths to go at your own pace. So let the breath carry you through this pose. And as you switch your breath, changing from cat to cat. And not cheating ourselves of shallow breath, but deep breath. And as we take this last cat pose, taking our time, returning to a neutral spine, reaching our left leg back, keeping the hips forward, in turn, opposite arm reaches. And so as we stay here, continuing to lengthen and activate, think of reaching that arm into that, almost all the way up to that wall, in turn, the opposite leg reaching about an inch from reaching that wall. One more breath, reach, reach, reach. And as you exhale, return to the ground, opposite leg, opposite arm. And as we ground through the hands, let the eyes look down towards the ground, strengthening that core, lengthening the spine. One more breath. Good. As we return our hands to the ground, come back into child's pose for just a moment, and let's begin to flow, curling the toes under, lifting the hips, and coming to your first down dog. So as we start here, acknowledge the entire yoga mat. Begin to press one heel and then the other into the ground, taking a moment to bicycle the heels. Really lengthen the glutes, pressing the palms towards the front of the mat and turn the heels towards the back. And then lifting both heels all the way up to the sky, exhaling, sinking the heels down into down dog. One more time, inhaling, lifting the heels, exhaling. And from here, as we take our first gaze towards our hands, bend your knees a lot and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Our chest lifts as our hips sink back into chair. This is where we begin to increase our body heat. Sink deeper, wiggling the toes. 2 breaths. Inhale, sink deeper. Good. One more breath. Legs should be feeling this. Palms come to your heart center. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, fall forward. Swan dive. Good. Inhale, monkey pose, looking forward. Good. Okay, so Stephanie, from here, wherever you're comfortable. So wherever you feel that stretch, whether here or on the ground. Good. So we're going to exhale into that forward fold again. And as we inhale, lengthen again, flat back, monkey pose. Good. So hands on the shins or on the ground. Exhale, fall forward. And just one more time here. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, fall forward. Hands come to the ground as we step back into plank. So let the shoulders relax. This is our base here, drawing our navel in. We have 3 breaths here. How are your wrists? Okay, good. One more breath. Holding strong. Let the knees draw to the ground. Come to your modified chaturanga. Chest comes down first. Good. And on this first one, come into cobra. Thighs on the ground, look forward, draw the shoulder blades together. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. So take a moment, breathe into this down dog. Exhaling, sinking deeper, letting the chest collapse closer to the thighs. And one more breath. Inhaling to plank. So again, let the shoulders release from the ears. We have 2 breaths. So almost as if you're coming underneath the fence on your chaturanga. Bring your chest down first, knees or hips to the ground. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath this time. Inhale to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And as we step, or as our eyes look towards our hands, step or jump your feet to meet your hands. Come into your chair. So sinking deeper for 3 breaths. And in your mind's eye, can you lengthen those arms or draw the hips closer to the ground? One more deep breath. Palms return to your heart center as we flow. Inhaling, exhaling, falling forward. Inhaling, monkey, looking forward. Exhaling, fall forward. Step or jump to plank. Chaturanga, chest comes to the ground. Good. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As we gaze between our hands, step or jump the feet. I want to watch you do this. Oh, good, good, good. My friend is laughing at me. We talk a little bit through this session though, so I can watch her. From here, I want you to go right into your chair. So from here, powerful move, swinging the arms up, sinking back. Good. From here, lengthen, hips back. Good. Arms reach. Good. 2 more breaths here. Lots of energy through your thighs. Strong starts in your mind. Inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, fall forward. Inhale, flat back monkey. Exhale, fall forward. Step or jump to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Good. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you slightly bend the knees, look between your hands, jump your feet between your hands. Powerful chair. 1 deep breath. Good. Trying that one more time, arms lengthen. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fall forward. Step or jump to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Good. Exhale, down dog. Next breath here, jump between your hands. Chair pose. It's a powerful move. Good. 1 more breath. Drawing your elbows close to your ears. Standing, arms extend. Sorry, I know you can't see me there. And palms come to your heart center. Okay. So we're going to go into our balance pose from here. Stephanie, I want you to find a spot about 1 foot in front of you. We're going to start with your left foot first. So it's not about just standing on 1 foot and balancing and being like, ta-da.
Yes, it is.
My friend's like, yes, it is. It's about, let me turn this for you. Find that spot, and I want you to start with your core. That is your center point. Your base is your center. When we bring our palms together, that is our balance point. So we're bringing our right heel either to our shin or above the knee. Good. And for 10 breaths, starting here, find your purpose in this pose. Good. Let your shoulders melt down. And then as we begin to inhale, reaching the arms up if you wish. And keep in mind that you did a hard leg workout yesterday. Your balance might not be the same. Taking 2 more breaths. And as we stay here, letting the hips again be your center. Slowly bringing our palms to your center. Let's bring our hands to our hips, and I want you to rotate that knee forward. Lots of energy through the standing leg. Bring the knee all the way up, flexing the heel. So we're just going to be like this. All right, I'm going to give you a lot of cues, so I want you to stay there. Don't look at the phone. Just look straight in front of you about a foot. So through here, let the shoulders be your center point. Drawing the navel in, hands can be at your heart center for 2 breaths. Good. You can be here too, Stephanie, you're good. And release, bringing that heel down and rotate. Good. I want us to try that other side. We're just literally shifting to the other side. So let your base be from your hips. And when you're ready, you flow. Perhaps reaching the arms up. And in your mind's eye, the straight line between the brow, the nose, the chin, chest, navel, and lastly, both hips. As we stay here, 2 more breaths, let the shoulders melt down the back, but reaching tall. Palms slowly return to your center. Pressing through the standing leg as we draw the knee inward and upward from hip length. So I want you to acknowledge in your mind, lots going on with that standing hamstring and glute. Drawing downward, navel drawing up. But Stephanie, you can balance on that toe if you need. 2 more breaths. Good, strong. 1 more breath. And slowly release. Okay, I want you to be able to be nearby something if you need to hold on to. I think we've done this pose before. We're going to start here.
Good chair.
So we're going to start here, and then we're going to go back. This is called airplane. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of different moves within that. But our base is going to start on that right standing leg. So I'm going to be doing your opposite. So we're going to bring our left knee up and holding like we had done before. So for 2 breaths, let your mind focus on both hips straight forward. Palms at your heart center. As we hinge forward, our chest falls, our left foot is flexed, and we extend into airplane. For 2 breaths, drawing into that right heel. 1 more breath. Exhaling, chest comes up, knee comes into our chest. So we're gonna flow through this. Inhale, right into airplane. 1 breath. Exhaling, drawing that knee back up into our chest. It's almost like a single deadlift, right? 1 more time. Exhaling, airplane. Pressing through that standing heel. Inhaling. And lengthening. Good. And releasing down. Good. Rotate that ankle if you need. And then as we shift to that opposite leg, extending that knee. breath here. Flexing that foot as we tilt forward, chest falls down. Good. Nice. Let the hips be that center point. Good. One more breath here, Stephanie. You've got it. Press through that heel as you exhale, chest comes up. Beautiful. With your breath, exhaling, airplane. Inhaling, knee comes back to center twice more. Good. Exhaling, airplane. Hip center. Inhaling, knee comes in. Beautiful. Last one. Exhaling. And inhaling back to your center. Nice. Our feet come down to the front of the mat as we inhale, fall forward, swan dive. And step back into down dog. Your legs will thank you. So as we lean into both heels, shift the weight to the left side of the body as we extend the right leg up into three-legged dog. So that right leg is extended up to the sky, really shifting the weight all into that left heel. One more breath. Can you feel that through that left hamstring? As we exhale, drawing that leg through to lunge. Good. And we're going to bring our palms to our heart center and just stand. So almost think car headlights shining straight forward. One more breath. Good. As we bring the hands back down to the floor, we push back into downward facing dog. Inhaling to plank, exhaling to chaturanga. Up dog. Good. Down dog. And again, shifting the weight this time to the opposite heel. Lots of energy in that heel as we extend that opposite leg to three-legged dog. And I'm going to ask you, do you feel this right through the hamstring and the glute of that standing leg? Let the chest collapse closer to that leg, and one more breath here. Lots of energy. Look through your hands. Bring that knee through. And come into your lunge. Good. And one more breath. Let your shoulders relax. Exhale, downward facing dog. Time as we lengthen. Let's go back to that first leg as we lengthen that leg into three-legged dog. We're going to do a little flow here. Our hands are anchored. Inhaling, coming into a high plank, drawing that knee to your elbow. So almost think like your belly button is drawing up to the sky. As you exhale, drawing the leg back into three-legged dog. Twice more at your own pace. Inhaling. Exhaling. Each time sinking deeper. And this time holding in. Hold that knee in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Place that foot down into your lunge. That was a bad cue. I'm sorry, Stephanie. You're going to come into a lunge. And then walk the hands up. One more breath. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Shifting the weight to that opposite leg, three-legged dog. One more breath, sinking deeper. Breathe into the heel as it draws closer to the mat. Exhale, knee comes to the elbow. Lots of core going on here. Exhaling, three-legged dog. And just twice more, inhaling. Exhaling. One more breath. And exhaling. And as we hold this one in, hold for 5, 4, 3, stepping the foot through, and lunge. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And so one last time as we look between our hands, step or jump our feet to meet our hands. Palms this time come to our heart center as we finish in chair. Shoulders melting down. And then we stand and our hands are in mountain pose. I'm sweating a bucket. So I want us to do, we're not necessarily going to do the warrior ones and warrior twos. I want us to go into crow pose. That's the one that we practiced, remember, at your office? So I'm going to cue you a lot, the first one, and then I'm going to give you as much time as you need to practice. Okay, so when I do it, I almost like to use my mats lengthwise like this. I almost want to turn sideways, yeah. So our feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart in mountain. Good. Girl, I love you. You went right into it. So hips are down. Extend your left arm down to the ground. Reach that right arm up and over your shoulder. Good. 2 more breaths. Okay, Stephanie, I'm going to use Leslie as a, if this were you. So I want you to think, lengthen the hand closer towards the wall. 1 more breath. Good. As you return that arm to your palm, deep breath, exchange opposite hand down. Good. So think of drawing the shoulder blades inward and behind. 1 more breath. Good. Palms, you're good, my dear. Do you have your bolster? Okay. Good. You can always use that if you need. Our hands are going to come to the ground. We're going to lift our hips first and then come into mountain. So from here, inhaling, exhaling, falling forward, tuck the hips under, palms come to your heart center. So as our eyes are about a foot in front, we're going to widen our fingers like starfish hands, pressing into the mat as we rock forward onto our big toes, drawing the belly inward. Good. And this is where I want you to work on your own practice. So, like with life, if we fall, we get back up. Good. Good, Stephanie.
Are you going to go down?
You what? Try that one more time. Widen your hands. Draw the belly button in. Focus on balancing on the top big toe, just the tips of the toes. Draw the belly button in like we did in that earlier pose. Pull the belly button in. Good. Stephanie, reset if you need to. Good. Drawing the belly button in. You're good. I want to give you maybe 3 or 4 breaths here. So instead of thinking leaning forward, think of drawing the belly up to the sky. Let's try that just once more. So